Happy New Year, everyone. Well, it's 2 days past New Year already. But I hope everyone had a great New Year. And I hope y'all can hear me. Everything sounds fine. I hope everything sounds fine. Yeah, that's good. Let's just start with just asking out, how is everyone's New Year? A lot of things happen for you all. It's been a while since the last stream. And now I'm a bit of a blank now. But anyway, I think I've got a few things I want to talk about. Let's just start off the stream with something a bit more casual. I haven't really structured anything for today's stream. I've got a few things I want to talk about. But all things considered, it's a bit of a more flexible format right now for streaming. Zero, that is... I feel for you, Zero. Hope you are taking it fine, all things considered. I'm trying to do a multi-stream again, and I'm doing a bit of a multi-stream format again, and just for our time's sake. I do consider to just want to stream exclusively on YouTube for now, but I'll just say what the heck, it's the new year. Yeah, Twitch is on. Can you see the chat on top? That's Twitch chat. Is that Twitch chat? That should be Twitch chat. That should be Twitch chat. Yeah, that should be Twitch chat. Okay. Anyway. It's fine, Watchan. I made an announcement. I've been really quite busy actually for the past weeks, for the past month. And even with this stream, I'm a bit rushed, as you probably might have noticed. It's a multi-stream dark trail. It's just... something is odd. No. That's the Twitch stream. Just the Twitch stream. That should be right. Wait. That's the Twitch stream, right? I hope it's not a New Year scarf. Yeah, it should be. Okay. Okay, that's good. It's been a... Hello, Subatomic Nutri, and welcome to the stream. Because of how rushed I am, I actually didn't make any announcement tweets and Facebook posts about this stream starting, but since I am on it, I might as well post an announcement also, okay? So bear with me for a moment as I try to do that. And let me set up a lot. There's so many things for me to set up. Damn it, why did they do this to me? My day has been quite busy, Zero. Quite a busy day. The past month or so has been very, very full one for me. And here's a bit of a trivia for you all. Originally, I planned my debut stream to be this year, 2025, not 2024. I originally planned to be sometime January 2025. But I just started. I wanted to start a little early, and since everyone was like asking when is it, I might feel just get it over and done with. So I had a debut stream back in October. And now 2025. And I was expecting, November and December has been full on for me, personally. Which was the big reason why I wanted to withhold my debut till this year. But I might as well, I had an extra month, I might as well start it early. I'm so flustered actually. But a bit of a mess. I need to make an announcement post. I will have a look and see how to do that right now. Where is it? Where is it? "34 concurrent views." Okay, I do have to make the announcement. Hold on. Sunny chat went quiet. No, it's fine. Yeah, I'm streaming outside my usual time, that's for sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, the first post is done. So please bear with me for a while more, lurkers, just a few more minutes. After that, I'm going to get the stream properly started. Like I say, I'm in a bit of a rush right now. I'm hearing 2 subs. Thank you, whoever you two are. Done. Okay, done. Okay, I'm done. How is Sebastian? I'll see what my plans for tonight is. I've got some things I want to talk about, and I hope my brain isn't too jumbled or I'm too flustered to lose my train of thought, because right now I'm using my train of thought quite a bit. Happy New Year. That username I won't say. It's 4 AM. Oh my god, Nimgo. It's 4 AM and you're awake. Shouldn't you be resting, Nimgo? Yeah, you definitely should be resting. For sure. I need to open an overlay form to keep track of my chat a bit. My god. That's fine. I'll worry about that later. I'll worry about that later when I start game, if I do any gaming. Okay, so what's the agenda for today? What do I want to talk about? Hold on. Oh yeah. A lot of things have happened for the past month when I was away out of the stream. Talk about the new year. Speaking of new year, there's one thing I want to do a bit of a PSA, if you don't mind. I'm going to... Let me see. Do I have it? Do I have it? Okay, something funny. Found something funny. Let's see. That's so stupid. Oh, someone is AOE artist. Thank you for I haven't heard that sound effect for a very long time. Anyway, this is a bit of a what I call it? PSA. Yeah, PSA. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Do y'all know much about Chinese horoscopes, by the way? Lurkers? Do you know much about Chinese horoscopes? Hello, Shiki. Happy New Year. Y'all know enough? Okay, another question. Do you all know what your Chinese horoscope is? Happy New Year, Skylake. Okay, I'll get started with this PSA of sorts, okay? There is a very specific kind of like a horoscope. I won't call it bad luck per se, but or it's like a jinx per se, but there is a phrase in Cantonese called Tai Sui. Anyone in any Chinese lurkers here know what that means? Tai Sui? You should check. BB Jiro, you should go check your Chinese horoscope. Your horoscope is the year you were born in. Well, Tai Sui is basically something like a... If you want to think about video game terms, Tai Sui is like something called a multiplier. A mutator, you can say. A mutator for your luck. So, every year there is a few horoscopes where they are if you're born in a specific, if you're born in a very specific year and have a very specific horoscope, each year it's different. You might be experiencing either a extreme modifier or a smooth modifier or a neutral modifier. Think about it like that. That's what Tai Sui is. It's like a modifier for your luck or life ahead of the year. And as far as I know, this year, let me see if I can actually find a good explanation. Okay, I have one. There we go. Twitch chat is being... Anyway, what I want to talk about is... This is called Tai Sui. And think about it as... It's not really something like bad luck per se, but it's something like a modifier to your year ahead. It's like a modifier to your year ahead. So as far as I know... Yes, Darkness, I'm sure you probably have clued in on this whole situation, right? Think about the modifier as making... There are 3 kinds of modifiers. This is... And I'm simplifying Tai Sui for you all, just for you all to know. It's not going to be one-to-one accurate, but it gives you a general idea of what to expect, okay? So Tai Sui, long story short, is a modifier on your luck for the rest of the year. Whether your luck, your livelihood, your progress throughout the rest of the year. Whether you're working, you're living, you're eating, whatever. And there are 3 modifiers, depending on what year you are born. So the first modifier is smooth modifier, which means everything you do is going to be all in all quite smooth. Not much events happening. Everything you do is like uneventful. So it's a blessing for some and a bit boring for others, but it is what it is. Then you have a... You know what? I probably should do a PowerPoint, right? I probably should do a PowerPoint. I'll do a PowerPoint. How about that? Let me see if I can. Okay, I've got it open. Let me just duplicate slide. Okay. PowerPoint explanation, there we go. I'll close this for now. This is kind of useless for now. There we go. Damn it, why is it cropped this way? Why is it cropped this way? I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh. Let me see. This will do. Why is it cropped this way? I'm sorry for scuffing the stream right now. I have no idea what's going on. You just have to make do with it. Okay. Good enough. Okay, what is this actually? Okay. Hi, so I think about it as a modifier on your luck for the entire year. Well, loosely it's modifier. Think about it this way. Hope I can see Twitch chat. Hi, Conjurers. Welcome to the stream. I'm reading Twitch chat on the side. Oh, that's so much better. That is so much better. I have no idea how I fixed it, but I fixed it. Good. Okay, loosely speaking, it's a modifier of your luck for the entire year. Okay, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. I need to open my chat overlay because this is a mess. I would like to read chat while I explain this as well, because this is important. Let me see if I can open my pop-up chat. Done. Close this. Now, settings, widgets, create. Finally, okay, I'm done. Okay, now I can give an explanation. And so modify on your luck for the entire year. That's what Tai Sui is. So basically, everything you do, whether it's work, gaming, eating, sleeping, relationships, etc., 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 all are affected by Tai Sui. And there are 3 modifiers. There will be 3 modifiers each year. Note, every year there is 3 specific modifiers. Think about this one as smooth. The first one is the smooth modifier, which means, as it means literally, everything is smooth in what you do. Some might argue, boringly. So whatever you do, everything is smooth and uneventful. To some, it's a great thing. To others, it's a not so great thing. If you want a bit of a thrill in your life, this is probably, in terms of horoscope, a bit of a boring year for you, okay? And there's a second modifier, which is called neutral. Happy New Year, Jaded. Welcome to the stream. I'm just rambling about horoscope stuff. Please don't mind me. Neutral modifier. Everything you do is basically RNG. Think about it that way. It's like normal life, unmodified. Basically. An unmodified year, basically. Then, the last one is called would you like to guess what the extreme modifier is? In Cantonese, it's called Fan Tai Sui. But any guesses of what the extreme modifier does? Lurkers, any guesses? Oops, sorry. Okay, I'll just tell you all. Everything you do gets bumped up times 10, times 100, etc. Everything you do, so the good gets great. So basically the good becomes great. The bad becomes horrible. So, an advice that family used to give to me when... Oh wait, I'll just give you all also some information on what horoscopes are what. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. No, I'm not. I am not. Okay. Since 2020, okay. Since 2025 will be Year of the Snake. The horoscopes with extreme modifier will be monkey. I remember it's monkey. Let's see what else. Tiger. I think it is. Let me see. I think that those are the horoscopes that are affected. Well, basically, I am not a very big expert on Chinese horoscope. I just dabble in it just a little bit. But long story short is, if you are considered part of the extreme modifier, I would suggest... Oh, come on, YouTube. Why are you having an error right now? Damn it. Can you hear me smoothly? I'm using quite a low quality Wi-Fi. I don't have a choice, but is the connection fine? Oh, the connection is fine. Okay, that's good. Long story short is, for those who are affected by the extreme modifier this year, if you have to check your horoscopes and make sure it's quite relatively easy to find horoscope information on Google. But basically, if you're affected by the extreme modifier, be quite careful with what you do for the rest of the year. So, if you're going to plan to offend someone, think a little bit about it. If you're going to plan to do something big, think a little about it. Because regardless of whether it will create a good outcome or a bad outcome, it's going to be multiplied manifold. I'm not sure by how much, but it will be multiplied. And for the rest, the ones with the neutral and the smooth modifier, still be careful, but don't be as concerned. Okay? And just so you know, the Year of the Snake hasn't started yet. We're still at Year of the Rabbit. Chinese New Year will not be until 29 January. So, still Year of the Rabbit right now. New Year is 29 January. So Year of the Snake will be 29 January. Okay? So it's still Year of the Rabbit. It's weird like that, yes. New Year, English New Year and Chinese New Year are two very different things. And one of the advice I can probably provide to you all is, have you all heard of the phrase called SEETHE? If you are a Buddhist or a Taoist, my model's not reading my face well. Oh, it's probably my internet connection. It's probably my internet connection. Everything looks fine on my end. I think it's the internet connection. Oh, the internet connection improved itself now. Okay, it's not too bad now. What? Frost, thank you for the tip. Go home from work, New Year's money. Thank you so much, and I appreciate the tip. I have no idea what's happening. Something is off. Why am I get stuck on the deadpan look? What happened? I think something scuffed on my VTube studio. Please don't mind me a bit. I think my VTube studio is a little scuffed. Let me see if I can fix it. There we go. Fixed. Fix. Thank goodness it's fixed. I'm not having a mood swing, okay? I forgot my daily prayer. I will never forget. You all better not forget your daily prayer. But speaking of prayer, there is one way for those who have the extreme modifier to suppress their modifier. Think about it this way. There is a way to suppress extreme modifier. And if you are a Buddhist or a Taoist, the best way to do that is to go to a Chinese temple and you tell the people managing the temple there, talk about Tai Sui, and then they'll ask for your horoscope and they'll probably do some prayers, incantations that will suppress it for the rest of the year. And it will suppress it for the rest of the year. Ideally, it will shift your extreme modifier into probably a neutral modifier. Sometimes smooth, but normally it's neutral. And it's very important that after you do that, at the end of next year, as in 2026, you have to go back to that same temple and reset. So there's the phrase called Wan Kai Sui, which is essentially telling whatever god or deity or spirit that suppressed your modifier, thank you for suppressing their modifier. And that you don't need to do it anymore. It's important that you do both. But don't look to me for horoscope direct horoscope advice. This is just what I have learned cursory knowledge of. Yes, I've gone to a temple a lot of times. Okay, so I've talked a little bit too much. I have talked about a little too much about horoscope. I would like to move on to a different topic now. I will close this presentation because I don't need that anymore. Okay. So what am I in the mood of today? I mean, sushi, to be fair. If you're asking me, I believe the supernatural exists. So you telling me that, I would say yes. Okay? I would say yes. Anyway, I want to change topic now. What do I want to talk about? Oh yeah. Let's get right into it, okay? Let's get right into it. Have you all heard the story of Heart Machine, the game devs? Have you heard the story of what Heart Machine, one of the game devs, has done? Okay, long story short, there is a game dev called Heart Machine. There is a game dev called Heart Machine. They release a couple of games, and one of the games, well, they are partnered with a very familiar name. I'm sure you probably have heard the name before. Sweet Baby Inc. I'm sure you probably have heard the name before. You might not have heard the name before, but I'm sure you do. But this is the game that Heart Machine made. They made Hyperlight. Yeah, they made the Hyperlight games. And recently they have been... Sweet Baby has bragged about working with them for quite a while. Quite a while, actually. And recently, because of one of Sweet Baby's ex-employees kickstarting Gamergate 2, it is completely their fault. Heart Machine is in quite a bit of a pickle. And I will show you all soon, okay? Actually, I'll show you all right now. So, basically, Heart Machine has been in a very serious situation, and they have resorted to opening a Patreon. And I have a few opinions on this later, but we will run this video and let you all watch it if you haven't watched it.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I run Heart Machine, and we're here to talk about the Patreon. So, state of the industry, not great right now. Games are the greatest form of expression that humans have ever created. There's a common saying in development that it's a miracle that any games are made at all, let alone good ones.
I might as well get started because I want to say something that is going to be a bit blunt, okay? A bit blunt to this guy at Heart Machine. You can't blame every single failure on the industry as a whole failing. There's only so much you can put blame on the environment you're working in. There's only so much you can blame. At some point, again, like I want to talk about Thai Slay a little bit, okay? The industry environment, whether it is video game industry or streaming industry, what have you, movie industry, they are modifiers. At worst, they are modifiers. And depending on how well you perform or how badly you perform, at best, it's a modifier. So already we are on the first issue with what he has said. He is pitting the blame of his studio's failures solely on the games industry. To an extent, it has an influence for sure. But how much? It's a modifier, like I say. If you do good, you will still rough out the time. If you do badly, even in the best of video game industry circumstances, you're still going to fall on your face. Let's keep going.
And now, it's even more brutal. Over the past 2 years, the industry has rapidly changed, flipped around and turned upside down. Funding for new projects is sparse, even for successful developers. Everything is far more expensive to make. Paths we used to be able to take.
I want to go back to this part. Hold on.
Are more expensive to make. Upside down. Funding for new projects. Over the past 2 years, the industry has rapidly changed, flipped around and turned upside down. Funding for new projects is sparse, even for successful developers.
Funding is sparse even for quote-unquote successful developers, and the industry has been flipped upside down. Why do you think so? Lucas, why do you think so? Why do you think the so-called games industry has been flipped upside down and these so-called successful devs are struggling? I wouldn't dare to say as a fact what is affecting Heart Machine, but if I would like to guess, is that maybe, just maybe, the modern audience didn't turn out. The modern audience did not give them the money that they need. Let me see. And what is your criteria of a quote-unquote successful game? That is a very important question as well. Is a successful game a game that has gotten critical, good reviews from game journalists? Is that a successful game? Or is a successful game a game that is popular amongst the customers? And because of being popular amongst the customers, it has sold very well and is well liked. What's your criteria for a successful game?
Developers, everything is far more expensive to make. Paths we used to be able to take to create projects no longer exist. You've likely heard about this on some front. It's grim. 30% of all game developers have either been laid off or had their roles significantly reduced or affected over the past year alone. Studios have closed, many have left, and
As I hear him say this, I am again filled to the brim with questions. Why do you think that happened? Exactly, why do you think that happened? As far as I know, gamers haven't stopped playing games. We still buy games. I still buy games. Every year, when Steam has their sales, their 90% offs, their 80% offs, even their 25% offs, people still buy games. People still spend on microtransactions. And look at part of Exile 2. How many people opt in for the $30 early access closed beta? How many people opted in for that? Hundreds and thousands. So, I can tell you for a fact, gamers still buy games. And millions still buy games. So my question to you is, if there are so many gamers who are still buying games and spending their money on video games, why is it that you and your friends are struggling this hard? Something doesn't add up. So you ask yourself the question, the video games industry is failing, but is it? Or is it the video games industry as you narrowly define it that is failing? Very big difference.
And we at Heart Machine are not immune to this, having gone through layoffs in November of this year. Since the old models are not enough, we have to adapt. So we're asking for support to help us to continue to not just survive, but to thrive. To help us prototype and build new projects, to help support us when the state of the industry has made it so much harder to exist. Ever since we got started, back in the Kickstarter days, we've been big on talking directly to our audience. And we think this Patreon is an opportunity for us to do more on this front while also benefiting. There are a few key goals that we have in mind for this Patreon. One, to give a more thorough and deep insight into our own process and what it takes to make games. We'll be sharing exclusive write-ups, videos, concept art, design documents, GIFs, etc. from all of our projects past and present. Two, to share more about the issues in the industry. We'll be sharing exclusive write-ups, videos, thorough and deep insight into our own process and what it takes more on this front while also benefiting. There are a few key goals that we have in mind for this Patreon. One, to give a more thorough and deep insight into our own process and what it takes to make games. We'll be sharing exclusive write-ups, videos.
Okay, something is very odd about this Patreon offering that Heart Machine is providing, but I'll let him finish talking a bit. Well, I'm not sure whether any of you picked up on something a little bit contradictory, but let's finish what he's saying first.
Concept art, design documents, GIFs, etc. from all of our projects past and present. Two, to share more about the issues in the industry that are driving the state of turmoil, e.g. corporate consolidation, overspending, accelerating costs, and a changing market. And three, to reach a bigger audience with more transparency in an otherwise notoriously opaque industry in the hope that we can share and do our part to help others better navigate and survive.
Do your part to help others better navigate and survive. With all due respect, Heart Machine, who is the one who made a video right now begging for people to subscribe to their Patreon? All due respect. Why should people subscribe to your Patreon just so they can take advice from you? From a game dev that is failing. Please make that make sense. Make that make sense. Because I really can't seem to make sense. You're basically wanting us to give you money so that you can give us advice on how to not fail in game development. And you are a failing game dev studio. Make that make sense.
We all love games. We're here because it's an industry driven by passion, but it's never been easy. And we've been making titles that we're extremely proud of for 10 years now. And we want to make sure we can stick around for another 10. Approaches like this Patreon are part of what it takes to make sure of that, to get through the toughest times and come out ultimately better. We hope that you enjoy the content and inside access that we're providing here. And thank you so much for your support.
Okay, I pulled up their Patreon. Just a brief look at their Patreon. So what I'm getting out of this is subscribing to Hard Machine, a game dev Patreon. By the way, just letting you all know, lurkers, you're not getting a game in the future. You're not getting a game in the future. You're not even getting early access to any prototypes that they make. There's nothing of that promised. What you're getting is glorified yapping. Remember, it's very normal for a content creator to set up a Patreon. It's very normal for a streamer, a YouTuber, and even a modder to set up a Patreon. But for a so-called game dev studio, and they aren't even providing, remember, they are not even providing a product that is fitting of their status as a game development studio. Their entire pitch for this Patreon is give us money so that we can survive. That's all there is to it. It's not give us money so we can finish this game and we will release it to you when it's done. No. That is why they didn't go back to Kickstarter. Because Hard Machine knows probably that if you go back to Kickstarter, your backers will expect something from you. Excuse me, what? Is the video not smooth enough? I'm sorry for the Wi-Fi, it's pretty bad here. I can't help it. I'm really sorry about the Wi-Fi, it's pretty bad where I am. It probably has something to do with the fact that I'm multi-streaming also. But that's something that I can't really avoid. It's a shame. The problem is, it's buffering every now and then. Well, at least it's buffering, at least it's not distorting my audio or video, that's better. So just bear with it, and I'm sorry for the Wi-Fi. Darkstrail, let's just say it's not very good Wi-Fi. And I'm sorry about that. Maybe my next stream, I will not multi-stream. Actually, I probably won't multi-stream next stream. So maybe that will improve it next time. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So like I said, there is probably a very big reason why Hard Machine has chosen not to open a Kickstarter again. And the funniest thing about it is, this actually says more about them than they are about the games industry. This is, in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of the opinion of others, it's glorified begging for money already. I mean, these are not content creators. They are not YouTubers, they are not streamers. They are supposed to make games. The Patreon is going to give all of the wrong optics, unfortunately, for the devs. And I don't even know who to blame. I probably, to an extent, blame their... It'd be a bit mean to blame them. But you know what? I'll just be blunt about it. It is their fault for partnering up with Sweet Baby Inc. There's no two ways about it. Sweet Baby Inc., the moment you see that name on your game, it's poison. It's literal poison. There is no way that they don't see that. I mean, I can tell you a lot of people... Let's talk about the Patreon side of things again, okay? Let's talk about the Patreon side of things again. I am more confident that this video would have been a little more well received with a better like to dislike ratio if they came out and say it to our face that we have partnered up with Sweet Baby Inc. some time ago, and because of our mistake in partnering up with them, we are now suffering from financial problems. We are opening this Patreon in the hopes that we can keep this company afloat, this studio afloat, and when we are in better financial state, we will disable this Patreon and develop a new game for you all. That would have been a way better way to say things. Because let's face it, I can only think of one real reason why Heart Machine is failing right now. And it probably has nothing to do, well, very little to do with the games industry environment. It's more about who they decided to partner up with and the reputational damage that comes along with it. So already this guy has been less than transparent. He is not being transparent at all. If he were transparent, I'm sure a lot of gamers and a lot of people would be supportive of him. He should have just said, we have partnered up with the wrong people and we have caused more harm than good to our own studio. We regret doing that, but we want to improve and win back your trust. But for now, we need this Patreon because we are struggling financially, and we will disable the Patreon and formally thank every one of you who have contributed when our studio has stabilized itself. It should have said something like that. Roy, please don't... Try not to think about that, Roy. Subatomic Meal. Again, I can't really say how accurate of information or leaks it has been over the matter of game science and Black Myth Wukong, but let's just say that if the post made by the mainland social media is anyway accurate, I would say partnership with Sweet Baby Inc. or quote unquote their consultancy fees could be at least 5 million. But like I said, we might never know the true facts about it. But a lot of people seem to be quite confident that consultancy fees are not cheap. And especially Sweet Baby Inc. kind of consultancy fees. Okay. What else? $5 million is crazy. That is, in my opinion, that is money laundering levels of crazy. Bateman Raymond, and that is just a ballpark as far as I know. Some have paid more than that, it seems, okay? Okay, what's the next thing I want to talk about? Oh, this has been on the news cycle for the past 2 days. What I'm about to talk about. I'm sure you all have heard about it already, but this has been on a news cycle for the past 2 days. And I am going to bring up a YouTube channel I follow. And you let them talk. I will let them talk about it. Talk about it for a bit. Okay?
Fame collide.
Again, Master of the TDS and Gothic Therapy. You'll probably know them. They are quite good at breaking news.
Where secrets are kept, but the truth can't hide.
With Sweet Baby Inc. secretly running the show.
Their influence spreads more than you know. Select a crush-worthy cast, satisfy voracious audiences, and keep the show on air to uncover the sinister secrets behind this darkly comic thirst person.
Okay. Long story short, Master of the TDS has unearthed some additional information on one of the games that Devolver Digital Inc. is going to publish. And it turns out, as you can see, the game is called Crush House. And it is some very questionable corporate Memphis style of video game graphics. I cannot believe it. Corporate Memphis video game. That is the first time. Corporate Memphis video game. That is the first time I have heard of that idea. It's already bad enough that we have seen corporate Memphis as an art style used everywhere in corporate art commercials. But now you have a video game that is literally corporate Memphis in aesthetic. Well, long story short is, they dug, Master of the TDS, Gothic Therapy dug they found out that this Devolver game that's coming out is created.
And shooter.
It is being worked on by a member of Sweet Baby Inc. Now, I want to make very clear.
Okay, it's being worked on by a member of Sweet Baby Inc. That's right. This is just for information purposes. Again, lurkers, I would like to tell you all, but I'm sure even by looking at this game, you all probably are not very appealed by its aesthetics. But I'll say anyway. Harassment is not okay. Sending people DMs is not okay. But you know what is okay? Not buying the game. Let it fail financially. It is not a game catered for you, so you're under no obligation to buy it. They are not entitled to your money.
Do not go harass this person. Do not message them.
Yep.
Do not bother them.
We do not want anyone going after the individual people involved. You want to go after the companies, that's fine. You can go after companies, but never, ever, ever, ever go after the individual people.
Unless they put themselves out there. If they put themselves out there and attack people, then it's fair game. It's a different story. But this is Maxine Sophia Wolf. They are trans, and they posted working on the narrative design for this wild game alongside so many talented people was such a joy. They worked for Sweet Baby Inc. full-time, and the thing is, there's another former Sweet Baby Inc. member on the project as well, who's also trans. They're just a bunch of trans people. I really don't know why. The game itself is a problem, but the people involved with it. The developer of this game is Nuriel Ltd. Now, honey, why would people know of the name Nuriel Ltd?
Because they made a very popular game at the moment, I forget which.
If you guys have heard of Reigns, Your Majesty, Reigns Game of Thrones, Reigns Beyond, Reigns Three Kingdoms, Nuriel Ltd. is behind that game. But the worst part, by far,
is the publisher.
I really hate to say this, guys, because I love some of their games, and I really hate this. It is being published by Devolver Digital Inc.
Who they published Cult of the Lamb.
Yes, you may know of them from Cult.
Thank you, Nambo, for the raid. I haven't heard this in a very long time because I haven't touched Twitch in a very long time. But thank you for dropping by, Nambo.
The Lamb, Wizard with the Gun, a bunch of other games, and they are the publisher. I want to make that very clear because they may not know what they're getting into. Nuriel Ltd. are the people who hired these people to work on the narrative for the game. Okay? So this is 100% Sweet Baby Inc. It is being published by Devolver Digital. I freaked out after seeing this. So what did I do? I immediately started researching
Okay, here's the thing that some people that I've posted about this on Twitter already, but here's some things that people seem to have completely ignored. Either ignored, let it pass through without them noticing, or it got memory hold so hard that people just completely forgot about it. But Devolver Digital has always been like this. Devolver has always been like this for a few years by now. And I made a post on Twitter about this. And I'll get back to this video later, but I feel that it's something that should not shock anyone. I'm going to open my Twitter post about it, and I'll get back to this video later. Dear, welcome to the stream. I hope you have a nice day too. There we go. This one. long story short is, I am not surprised at all that Devolver Digital has been collaborating with Sweet Baby Inc. in any way, shape, or form. And when this news broke out, I had a raised eyebrow at best, but I was not surprised or shocked. And you know why? We knew this was the case for a few years already. So long story short, Feminist Frequency, Anita Sarkeesian, you know her? The one from 2014? She claimed she was a big gamer, then a video came out saying that she had no idea, she didn't even like video games and she had to study real hard to understand even a fraction about video games. She claims not long after that she has always been a gamer. So that's already the first point of hypocrisy. Yeah, basically, Anita Sarkeesian has been outed as performing a lot of instances of actual grifting. That's the story. So back in 2021, Feminist Frequency, which is basically Anita Sarkeesian, she hosted a fundraiser that is supposedly aiming to take down toxicity. And hold on. Soika folks, Happy New Year to you and hope you have a great year. Take care. Thank you for the tip. Okay, I want to get back to this. With hindsight, this whole fundraiser and program to take down toxicity really didn't do much other than give money to Anita Sarkeesian herself. Well, not that I can see anyway. I'm just going to preface this. From what I have seen, it has not really done much difference, this fundraiser. And one of the donors she has touted and bragged about receiving money from is Devolver Digital. Back in 2021. So when I read this the first time, I was like, okay, I see how it is. And I remember a lot of things. This was back in 2021, dear. That's right. Guy named Ash, you miss a whole lot of things. I suggest you rewind or go into VODs to see what else you missed. But right now I'm talking about Devolver and their involvement with Sweet Baby Inc. Basically, I am not surprised at all. It surprises me, personally, why so many people seem to be shocked that Devolver is doing things like this. Because, personally, I have zero shock in this. When I saw all of this happening, I knew it's something they're capable of doing. So this really is of no surprise to me.
Every other game that has come out in the past couple bit from Devolver Digital, and as far as I can determine, there are no other games for now that have Sweet Baby Inc. involvement in them.
But that they have one at all is cause for concern.
Now, the game itself is another whole bag of worms. It is... I don't even know how to describe it to you guys, so we're not going to describe it. We're going to show it.
Brace yourselves, you're not ready.
Do you want to watch this? I watched this part. I legitimately recommend that you do not watch it. I recommend you do not watch it. But
Ready
okay.
for this.
Welcome to sunny, sexy Malibu. The year 2000 is knocking on the door, and the hottest reality TV show this side of the millennium is heating up. A new crop of sassy singles are mingling in the iconic mansion together. But can they get along, or will the crush become a clash?
Jay, what were you doing all night? It doesn't matter. Move your butt. The cast are coming in, and you have a show to make. Grab the camera and get upstairs. Listen, the network loves your picks for the season, but we're still under pressure, so make sure you capture both drama and romance. Okay, so things are already heating up, for better or for worse, so be sure to film anything that's gonna keep those ratings popping.
It really is corporate Memphis. The entire art style is corporate Memphis. Who thought it was a good idea to make a video game that uses corporate Memphis as an art style? I don't understand.
The spicier, the better. The fans want those wild moments, so film those big fights, big emotions, and, well, big butts to make everyone happy. And Jay, remember the network's #1 rule. No matter what happens, never speak to the cast. Just stick to the show, focus on your job, and don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Is this cast popular enough to go down the success slide, or will they have their hearts crushed into obscurity? Tune in, turn it up, and join the party in the Crush House.
Yeah.
It gets worse from here.
You think that we're done, guys?
When I saw this game, I was like, is this some kind of an attempt at making a video game version of Big Brother? It's so much worse than that. It's not over yet, by the way. As Gothic Therapy has said, it is far from over. And if I have to see it, you will have to see it. Especially after you all say you are fine with seeing it, okay?
I wish we were done.
We're not even close. Not even close to done.
They have a blog site that they made to look like the game, okay? To look like it was from the game. And it is the most cringe thing I've ever seen in my entire life. We had to see it, so do you.
You have been warned.
Welcome to the Fizz, the hottest gossip from the Crush House. Let's not forget, guys, what makes you happy? What makes you want to click this game? Click Hotties TV. Check out now. Yes, totally things I want in my game. Everything you need to know about the Crush House. Conspiracy theorists are foaming at the mouth over the Crush House's bizarre season final.
Finale.
21 questions with Alex, the Crush House's adorable surfer stud. Are strategically placed statues brainwashing the Crush House cast? Before the crush, the scandalous secret past of Priscilla, Daya, and Coco. Sexy, obscene, and just a little unhinged. An exclusive interview with Ayo, star of the Crush House. Fists Fly, a secret makeout session. Everything else that happened on the Crush House tonight. Wine moms and butt guys agree.
You all say you
Emil's
wanted to watch
booty
it.
Is a
You all say
national
you wanted
treasure.
to watch
One
it.
episode in the Crush
I
House is
warned you
already
already.
so WTF. But keep in mind,
I warned you
this is literally
already.
on their page. And here's the worst thing. You can see there's a hand here. If I click this, it'll take me to the Steam page. I kid you not. If you click Hotties TV, connect now, it will take you to the Steam page. The Steam page for the game.
Oh, and let's not forget the video they have there of the person making hot dog milk.
This morning craving dog milk from hit first-person shooter and TV show The Crush House, but I didn't have any in my fridge.
Yeah, guys. Don't you want dog milk?
Dog milk. Oh my goodness. Is this... What type of humor is this? This isn't even millennial humor anymore. This is something else. This is an attempt at humor. Just keep watching.
It's a hot dog and milk.
Also, a hot dog mixed with milk. That looks so disgusting.
But I didn't have any in my fridge, so I had to make it myself. First, I got a ramekin and added flour and spirit demons. I then gave it a stir and waited patiently for it to form into my dogs. This can take a while, but in the meantime my kitchen smells amazing. I then have 2 dogs from my recipe, one of which will be chopped and infused into my milk. I chop that dog into large chunks, and then I add it into my cocktail shaker, ready for infusing with the milk. I put aside my garnish dog, and then I say a prayer to the sky cow, who provides me some milk. Once it's in my cocktail shaker, I give it a good shake, and then I go grab my martini glass, which is ready to be dog milked. I pour in my infusion, which by the way smells fantastic, before garnishing with the dog I set aside, ready to slurp freely. Enjoy!
Ha ha! Ha ha!
I want you. I want you. Thank you for the tip. I'm sorry, I'm a bit lost for words. I saw it once and why? Is this your attempt at humor? I'm going to calm my nerves for a bit, okay? Let me calm down a little bit. I have to process that. Let me calm down a bit. By the way, the previous super chat is just basically gibberish. I'm sorry. But thank you for the 333. Let's just finish this video. And also, remember to subscribe to Gothic Therapy. They are quite a good source of things that are undermining the video game industry. They're one of the few to always break the news.
Ha ha ha! Funny! Ha ha! Hot dog milk! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha ha!
I am so glad we keep kosher.
You think this is stupid? Wait for this. Wait for this. You think this is stupid? It's a full article talking about fake characters saying how much they like another character's butt.
Yep, you heard it here.
The gardening grandma, too, says, I used to think nothing was as sublime as spending a Sunday morning trimming my dogwoods, but that young man's behind has awakened something in me I haven't felt since Watergate.
already said don't. I already said you don't want to watch this, but you all still said you wanted to watch it. So we either go all or nothing.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah. So, hey guys, this is a Sweet Baby Inc. game.
Is anyone surprised?
The end. Why did I have to watch it a second time? Why did I have to watch it a second time? You made me watch it a second time, Lurkers. I'm going to go get something to drink. And I'll come back soon, okay? I'm going to get something to drink. It'll be a few seconds. See you later. I cannot believe it that you make me watch it again. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I literally said for a few seconds. What part of a few seconds do you not understand? I'm already seeing chat going crazy. I literally said I'm going to get something to drink. Oh yeah, Matsukaze Gaming, you are new here. I saw you subscribe a few minutes ago. Welcome to my stream. I hope I don't bore you. I hope I don't bore anyone. Sometimes I still kind of question why I still have an audience. Okay, now what's next? Oh boy. Each topic on my agenda keeps getting worse. So I'm going to change topic a little bit away from video games and back to VTubers. I hope you all don't mind, okay? I really hope you all don't mind because something recently, as in a few days ago, about VTubers that kinda annoyed me a lot. And I will go find it right now. But long story short is, there is a reason why an increasing number of corporate VTubers have decided to leave agencies, corporate agencies. Quite a few reasons. And after seeing what has happened with a very specific agency, I cannot say I blame VTubers for leaving corporations, letting go of corporations. I'm sure you all have seen this already, but in case if you haven't, it was this case. So there is this agency, VTuber agency called Vols, VOLS, and they have chosen to throw one of their members under the proverbial bus for a non-issue, a nothing burger, absolutely nothing at all. So here's what they say. Thank you for your ongoing support of Votes and Our Talent. We deeply apologize for the inappropriate contents. What inappropriate content? As an agency, we take responsibility for lack of oversight and will work with our talents to prevent this from happening again. So I was like, okay, what's the terrible thing? Even the VTuber in question, Adora, Pippa, sweetheart. How sweet of you, Pippa. That's right, Adora did nothing wrong. Adora did 0 things wrong. And for those who don't know, what was the terrible thing? No, Matsukaze, that's Voms. This is Vols. Honest mistake. But this was what got her in trouble. What's the problem exactly? I have lost count of the number of VTubers, streamers, content creators, artists who posted this type of meme. I've seen so many of these memes, and every single one of them is funny, by the way. But I've seen so many of this, and the fact that this agency decided it's somehow offensive. Offensive to who? Offensive to who? No one found it offensive. Pippa didn't find it offensive. Denpa Fish didn't find it offensive. He's a VTuber and artist. So many didn't find it offensive. Everyone said you did nothing wrong. The most harmless joke ever. So what was offensive? Bao was correct. Neutering your talent's personality and humor is how you'll end up on a 20 plus list of corpos to have combusted this year alone. And Madam Savvy, she made a very funny post. You made me want to start a VTuber agency to actually protect VTubers from your corpo slut washing of fun. It's just a damn joke. Let people joke. Exactly. They got community noted. Good. Very good. And just about every post calling them out have ratioed them. So I made this statement. And I still think it's true. Clint Eastwood made this opinion. Call me a cynic, but I suspect this is manufactured drama for free advertisement. Company causes drama. That may be the case. But is it worth it? I think it's more simple than that. Someone in management got offended by her meme, forced her to delete it, and forced her to apologize for it. And they haven't made a post since that stupid post. The extreme hot take. Look at that ratio. Anyway, For those who haven't showed their support for this VTuber, there she is. Okay? She was pretty gloomy after that incident. It's obvious that she was sad about it. It did seem like she really thought she did something really wrong, and it's a shame. Show her some support. Give her some love. Okay? She did nothing wrong. Make her know that she did nothing wrong. Support the VTuber. Support the talent. Do not support the corporation. Okay, that was a short topic, but it really annoyed me a lot. It really annoyed me a lot. And that is Roy officially. I suppose no one can stop you. Yeah, no one. Start asking around. Because if that is what's happening, if that is really what is happening in that agency, I suspect, this is just my suspicion, I don't think Adora is going to be staying there for that long. That is just a suspicion. Don't mind it. Okay. It really does seem like it, isn't it? Insecurity. It does feel like insecurity. So voles, VOLS, not VOMS, VOLS. Add them to the list. To Vector, add them to the list. To NIGEN, what have you. They're all the same. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. I've got something to do. Few minutes. And don't misbehave while I am away. I've just got a few things to do. I'll be back. Okay? Let's see. Let's have a look at the chat. Wispy Jazz, I hope you have a good night or day as well. Happy New Year, Smokehouse. And I am back, yes. Okay, let's see. I think, Ash, it's less that they are well behaved and more like they did not have enough time to misbehave. Happy New Year, Cyborg Assassin. Oh yeah, okay. I want to add on to that whole situation with Devolver Digital, okay? Just planning to contribute a little extra to it. There is a little bit of something that I have discussed with a few lurkers, and one of the lurkers is a game dev. I think I wonder if I've shown the game. I've shown his game on stream before, but there is a little something that I want to use PowerPoint again, because I would like to expand on what I want to think about it. So I'll delete this. This is a little bit of a ramble. Think of it as a ramble, okay? Cyber Assassin, I hope you had enough sleep. If you are still tired, you should go back and rest. Or if you have to work, hope you have a good day at work, but you're probably not working, so you should rest. But what I want to talk about is indie games versus indie games. When you look at this, what do you think about it? What do you think this issue is about? When I say this, indie games versus indie games, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Zero, we talk about a lot of things. And unfortunately, I can't really list out a lot, but basically, Zero, shut up about Dustborn. How many times are you going to bring this up? How many times are people going to bring this up? No Dustborn. Anyway, back to this topic. I want to go back to this topic. So the way I see it, there are two kinds of indie games. And this came back into my head, came back into my mind when I heard about this whole Devolver incident causing issues again. So you have literal indie games made by small single-person teams, usually self-published. Games made from genuine interest in their project. That is the first one, literal indie games. Then we have the second one. And this one really annoys me a lot. It really absolutely annoys me a lot. Okay? It is essentially... What can I say? I want to use a little more polite way to say it. Ah, yes. But long story short, I'll expand it a bit, okay? Individuals or even large organizations, who use the concept of an indie game as a cynical means to market their projects, or used overly common indie game tropes. Example: voxels, 8-bit, 16-bit graphics, quirky platformers, roguelikes, one in thousands. The unfortunate truth about indie games, in my opinion, is that indie games have kind of, in many... Damn it. Not this again. Indie games have kind of lost its meaning. Indie games have kind of lost its meaning. And it has become so cheapened and diluted that even large corporations, large game devs, or even game developers that are backed by some kind of government entity or even large corporations, they use the term indie game as if it is some form of marketing stunt. That's the best way I can think of. So, I have seen some of them. Whenever they think of the word indie, they think of voxel, fake 8-bit, 16-bit graphics, the quirky platformers, the roguelikes, endless list of all these type of games with these common recurring tropes. Oh, it's 8-bit graphics, that means it has to be good indie game. Oh, it's 16-bit graphics and it's side-scroller. Oh, it's top-down, that means it has to be a good indie game and you are a terrible person if you are not interested in buying that game. It has become something like that. And it has also become a bit of a clique. A bit of a faction. A bit tribalistic. Remember that video I showed you all? With Phil Fish? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? It is very interesting that you mention it, Shion Tori. It does seem like touristing. it is like a tourist perception of what an indie game is. So there are a lot of indie games, actual indie games. I can name a few actual indie games. That are not like quirky. Like quirky 8-bit. Recently, of course, as Mo-chan mentioned, Nisai, Doki Doki, Kenshi, big names. Roy, I want to talk to you again about Phil Fish. Yeah. And of course it was Signalis. That's kind of... What else? There's... Oh yes! Manor Lords. There's so many. There is so many. And there's one game that I really am kind of interested in. It is a hybrid RTS. I'm not sure you all have heard about it. It's called... Have you heard of this game? Cepheus Protocol? It is a hybrid RTS. It is still in early access. Quite rough around the edges, but the idea behind it is quite interesting. Just look it up. Just look it up. I am going to give the game a try. I got it for cheap during the winter sale. It is not good yet because it is not stable. Unfortunately. The builds are not very stable. But the idea behind the game is what attracts me. It's like EDF, but also a real-time strategy game. Okay. Cepheus Protocol. Think of EDF with world and conflict. And it's about that. It's a bit of like that. There are some, but basically my point is the indie games should be literally indie games. Okay? And I find it very insulting that there are some people, some individuals in their own little cliques that use the word indie games to mean something so restrictive and specific. And using it as a marketing tool. And that annoys me. And then there's a few more. There's one that I just bought also. Age of Shadows. That looks like a very cool one. I like Age of Shadows. But what I really do want is a Kenshi 2. Kenshi 2 is not out yet. Nothing much is out about it. But actually, it is Sakana. That is correct. Toho is an indie series. Rosley 21, hello. Yeah, Dastrel, I'm aware of that. Because of a lot of stability issues. But anyway, back to that question I had. You all remember Sealfish? I think I showed you all the video in a previous stream. But if you look at his behavior when it comes to Japanese games, it actually perfectly encapsulates the quote-unquote indie game community. Because it really shows you how arrow-minded they think. I'll show you all the video again for old time's sake actually. I'll show the video again because it cannot be emphasized enough. What they think in their little in-group. Indie games is not diverse. It is actually the opposite of diverse. It is not inclusive. It is very exclusive. And Phil Fish, he exposed them. He exposed the way they think very early on.
Thank you for excellent movies. And I'm a freelance game programmer. And in this movie, you were inspired from Super Mario and Metroid and Rockman. I am so proud of it, and as a Japanese. And my question is, could you tell me what kind of about recently Japanese? What do you think about the recently Japanese game?
Is it?
Okay.
Proud of it, and as a Japanese. And my question is, could you tell me what kind of about recently Japanese? What do you think about the recently Japanese game?
Is it what is about Japanese games that inspired us?
Recent.
Recent
I'm sorry.
They suck. I'm sorry. Like, you guys need to get with the times and make better interfaces and like update your technology. We're totally kicking your ass. Back then, you guys were the king of the world, but your time has passed. I'm so sorry.
Did you look at his face? Look at what you did, Phil.
I have a more specific game design comment that is.
That is, I will not sugarcoat it. That is exactly how the Western quote-unquote indie games developer community probably thinks about everyone outside of their in-group. And you see what Phil is not bad enough that Phil Fish said it. It's the fact that another person on that panel said in a very sarcastic and condescending manner, treating that Japanese guest like a child. You hear him say it? Look at him, you made him cry, Phil. You're terrible. And he meant it as a joke. Look at that, you can see the contempt in this game devs. These so-called Western indie game devs. You can see the contempt on their faces. You can see the mockery. Well, good for us and terrible for them. His statement aged poorly. Their Western games are failing. And Asian games are steamrolling them. Their AAA games are crumbling. Their quote-unquote indie games are crumbling. And I'm glad they are crumbling. Because it is what they deserve. it has aged very poorly. And I really hope that Phil Fish still has a Twitter account or he still makes videos, because I would absolutely love to see his face as every single Asian game kicks every Western game to the curb. I would like to see his face when Black Myth Wukong had 2 million concurrent players when it came out. I would love to see his face when Stellar Blade was such a big hit. I would love to see him rant on Twitter. Too bad he's completely off social media, because I would love to be a fly on the wall as he reads the news saying that showing Asian games dominating every single Western AAA game and even some indie games. Well, oh wait, my mistake. Not literal indie games, it is quote-unquote indie games. Indie games as an identity, not indie games as a dictionary definition. Unfortunately, I remember very clearly, Phil Fish really was driven off the internet. Exactly, Corky 8-bit, you forgot roguelike. How can you forget roguelike? It's not an indie game until it has roguelike elements. Don't you remember? Oh, Bersuku, yeah. You have brought up another different can of worms. You talk about you don't even need a mid-end PC to run Japanese indie games. Here's something that... Oh. Corvoy, aka Akane. Thank you very much for the tip and Happy New Year to you too. I want to talk about... Oh yeah. There has been a very disturbing pattern. Is it a pattern or... Well, it's not really a pattern, it's like a trend. And I don't know whether it is as a result of laziness or it is a result of people just completely losing competency because of this whole equity approach to hiring and promotion. I don't know which is it, but all I know is that it's happening. Games for the past years have been getting more and more unoptimized. You can have the cream of the crop, the best GPU, the best CPU, and SSD, and so many gigabytes of RAM. It can barely run a modern AAA game. Running on Unreal Engine 5 above 50 FPS. What type of excuse is that? Remember what we saw about Indiana Jones? Hold on, I want to see that again. I want to see that again. Because it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I cannot believe it. Oh well. It is what it is. Gotta move aside. Sure. What is this? This is Lego India. This is Indiana Jones. I've seen the game. I've seen the gameplay with and without ray tracing. The graphics is passable. It's okay. It's good. Not the best. And what is this minimum and minimum requirements? What is going on? This is just not a problem. This isn't just Bethesda, by the way. It's not even just Bethesda. It's almost every Western game dev that I have seen so far. They have games that take up at least 100 gigabytes. And they require you to have, now evidently you need at least an i7. An i7 10th generation by the looks of Indiana Jones to run the game on minimum settings. And if you have a GTX 10 series, good luck or bad luck. Very bad luck. You can't even play the game. You need at least an RTX 2060. And to run the game on medium, you need a 3080 Ti. And best without ray tracing, by the way. Without ray tracing, what is happening in this Western video games industry, in my opinion, is the end result of hiring and promotion practices that are not based on merit, but instead they are based on equity and they are based on nepotism. Look no further than seeing the optimization team and their work. Let's just ignore the game being good or bad. Let's just look at optimization and bugs. That already tells you a lot about the quality and the quality of the staff who are developing these AAA games. Oh, and I saw a very interesting video also. I'll give you all a few more seconds to have a look at these minimum requirements. I personally find it very disgusting that to run the game on minimum, you can't even have a GTX. No ray tracing, nothing. On minimum, you need a 2060. Yes, Sneeze, I remember the time when devs were angry. They were insecure. That is all that it is to them. They feel called out. Because here's the thing about Larian Studios. The staff members at Larian Studios, they're actually people with skills. There are people with talent, there are people with passion, and there are people with competency. Yes, Wizard Pixels, I am baffled as well. Indiana Jones game does not even look like. I will say bluntly, the game does not look like it requires this kind of specs. No, not even close. But for some reason it does. My gripe with Lappy or Laptop, are you talking about me? Freya, are you talking about me? I want to show you something, a different video actually, Roy. I do not have anything against laptops. As you might know, or you probably don't, because of my own personal circumstances, IRL, I can only use laptops. Yeah, Freya, I am a laptop user. Right now, I am streaming on my laptop, just so you know. Unironically, Batata, Perma-top, permanent laptop. I mean, Roy, the way that my personal circumstances makes it very, very difficult to use a desktop. No, I don't mind calling it a laptop. I just am used to calling it Lappy. I'm just used to it. And also on that point about laptop is that my quote-unquote laptop is... The reason I say that is because let's just say my laptop is not a small piece. It is a very big piece of metal and plastic. Which is why calling it a laptop is a little bit unfair because I can't really put it on my lap. That's why I say I can't really call my laptop a laptop. Because of its size, its weight. It technically still is a laptop. Yeah, it technically still is a laptop. My old one died late last year. So right now I have the one I'm using is a new one, relatively. And it's still clean. I'll leave it at that. Because it's quite new. Oh yeah, I want to find something and I want to show you something that is very, very... It shows you... I probably don't need to tell you anything. Don't need to tell you anything, but I want to... I'm just gonna show you a bit because it's a reasonably long video. But I want to... This is to further illustrate the very huge drop in quality with Western game development. Especially AAA. And I would love to jump at the chance to talk about Ubisoft. I'll just turn off the music. Look. This is a bit... He's showing you the absolute state of a Ubisoft game. You can't... You can't even take out your weapon.
Put that away.
Oh, this is funny. Watch this.
Tread carefully. I'm warning you.
Whew, glad that's over.
Lower that weapon.
How can a Lego game do it better than quadruple A Ubisoft game? How? I think you'll get the point at this point. I'll just finish this part and you'll see. Lego Star Wars has better gameplay than Star Wars Outlaws. I cannot believe it. Lego Star Wars has more quality than a Ubisoft Star Wars game. Oh yeah, Sakana, remember Grand Theft Auto 4? GTA 4 had such... Oh, that's a serious... Oh no. Okay, y'all get the point. I just want to show this because when I saw this video, it was so funny. Freya, I'm not sure whether you were in my stream back in October, but I already made mention about Unreal Engine 5 a lot. And I've talked about Unreal Engine 5 in quite a bit of depth. And one of the phrases I used to describe Unreal Engine 5 back then was that it was an optimization red flag. Because from my own personal experience playing a lot of games with Unreal Engine 5, all I've been noticing is that almost every game made by a Western developer in Unreal Engine 5 has been of questionable optimization. So, I bring a very specific example. There is a game that I really liked. The idea behind the game was really good, and it's still in early access, but that being said, it is made in Unreal Engine 5. Phantom Crustacean, hello and welcome to the stream. If you're new here, hope you have a good time. I hope I'm entertaining or informative. A lot of things, yes. Firstly, No More Room in Hell 2. Yeah, it was my stream talking about No More Room in Hell 2. I was looking forward to that game, but after finding out what has happened to that game, I'm disappointed. But the fact of the matter is, if you see a dev that has moved to Unreal Engine 5, be a little bit skeptical, okay? Because my experience with games using that engine right now, as it is, have been very, very disappointing in terms of its performance. So, for instance, let me have a look. My laptop has 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So it's not something to laugh about. It's a beefy laptop. It has a beefy GPU in it. And when I played a game that ran on Unreal Engine 5, is an Unreal Engine 5. It's called Forever Winter. I tried to run that game with VTube Studio on, with OBS on, and for some reason, it completely ate up all of my VRAM. It has not happened on any other game except Unreal Engine 5 games. So there is really no excuse for this to be happening. Well, unless of course you are... There's only so much actually you can blame early access on. There's only so much you can excuse as early access, unfortunately. What? Forever Winter, I will give the game a pass because the game was not meant to be released yet. And it was because of very large community support and gamers support and requests and demand that basically they say the game is not very ready yet. But since so many of our fans and community members say just release the game already and we will watch it being built from the ground up together, then we say okay, we'll release the game early. At least that one I can excuse. The devs for Forever Winter, they put it outright. They were not planning to release the game until they receive all the demand for it. But on the other hand, No More Room in Hell 2, they had no excuse. They released the game as they announced it. The game had no excuse to be performing as bad as it did. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong is also UE5, if I remember that. But if you all wanted to hear a more in-depth talk I had about Unreal Engine 5, just go back to the old VODs. It is the VOD I made about No More Room in Hell. Jerem, hello and Happy New Year to you too. Hope your 2025 will be smooth and happy. Early access is a gamble, but I'm not sure whether you all have remembered this time in yesteryears of Steam. Do y'all remember an ancient Steam thing called Steam Dreamlight? Have you remembered that? Do you remember the dark history of Steam Greenlight? They were worse. They were so much worse. Steam Greenlight was so much worse than early access as it is now. But early access also has a lot of problems. Okay, what else is in the agenda? I think that's it for yapping actually. There is another topic that I was tempted to... Well, I don't really... Actually, no, not really. I'm not really tempted to talk about that topic. Partially because I am not really educated enough on the whole topic. But anyway, maybe we can get into a game. What game? Game. Oh boy, let me see. I would love to play a game. Nochan, shut up. PoE 2? Okay. PoE 2. I'll play for like maybe 45 minutes. Maybe? Hold on, let me just change the settings on Twitch so I can move it to half of Exile 2.
Why are you so respectful?
Let me see. Let me see. Unstable SMH. This internet is really something. This internet really is something. Okay. That seems fine. I hope this game does not cause issues for me. Yeah, Zero, go do your work. Where you managed to drop by? Okay, I put. Let me sort it out first. Oh, it's locked. Good. Everything seems in order, I hope. I'll move the Twitch chat a bit more. You underestimate. I just chose Australia as a server because there are a lot of players that I rather play with. I am not very keen to move to Asian servers. I hope you understand that. I've had it of moving to Australian servers instead of Asian servers because I don't really like playing with other Asian players. Jeez, that's not a good modifier at all. But not fine. I can work with this. Oh yeah, by the way, can you hear me properly? I hope the audio quality is fine. Good. Master volume, okay. Hold on. Hold on a bit. Okay. Better, I hope. Okay. Sand pit. Expedition. Let's do an expedition. Here we go.
local here, now are you? Huh. Wait, you don't know me? Right, you did warn us about this. Or you will, rather. Go well. What a strange woman.
Try to go as far as you can with the
This should be
detonation.
exciting.
Further! Keep going! Away from me. All placed. Shall we light it up?
Nope. Crits. Nope. I don't want that. Okay. Careful now. Blowing it up. Oh, that's a lot of them.
We came back to this era.
Okay.
We're still digging up ancient.
Let's go.
I'll catch up here. See you again soon.
No, I'm not speaking. I am not speaking. Okay. It's cutting off. Ah, damn it, not the game. Cutting off. am going to fix the audio issue after this map. I think I know what the issue is, but I'll have to Okay, I'm aware of the issue. That's why I tried not to talk. I might find a way to fix it. I hope I can. I have a feeling I know what it might be. I have a feeling I know what the problem might be. Hold on. I hope I can fix it. Of course it's fixed now because the game is causing the issue. I have a feeling I know what it might be. What the problem might be. Hold on. There we go. For some reason, my streams don't work too well. If I run the game above 60 FPS. I hope this fixed it. I really hope it did. I really hope it did.
Can't do that here.
Okay, everyone can hear me properly now? Okay, let's see whether this fixed the issue or not. For some reason, my streams always have issues whenever I run the game at above 60 FPS. So it's kind of troublesome because off stream I like playing my games above 60 FPS, but I have to lower it back down to 60 when I'm streaming. Huh. Maybe I can do one more map with the... That might be the problem. It could be the problem. Let's go back to the hideout. This is kind of inconvenient. Almost the 3-hour mark? Okay. Oh, a level 66 scepter. Huh. But it has not enough spirit. Okay, what do I want to give? What do I want to give? Okay. One more map, maybe? Let's see. 6. Oh, right. There she is.
Yes?
That's a lot. That is... What do I want? What do I want? I'll save up. I will save up. Or maybe... Alright. Ooh, a level 15 gem. Ah, snap. I don't have enough intelligence. Not enough intelligence. Alright, let's keep going. One more map, maybe. One more map and I'll be done with the stream. What's this? Coalesce corruption. Okay, let's try that. Let's try this one. Ooh. Very. Whisk guy, thank you for dropping by the stream. I'll see you another day. Take care and have a good day. See you. Getting quite tanky, this. Oh boy. They almost killed me. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That Sokus beam almost. Oh, there's a boss. No wonder it's so tanky. Oh boy, the druid boss, of course. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, I leveled up. Wait. Something's not right. Raging Spirit is not active. Which means I have to lower. There we go. That should up my DPS a bit. There we go. Shoots. I should level up. Hold on. Okay. Bye, J. Hinks. Enjoy your dinner. Any more enemies in this map? Oh. Okay. There we go. Map's done. Mo-chan, you definitely should be playing this game. It's really fun. And unlike Indiana Jones, you don't need a beefy PC to play this game. We've done the map. So we can go home. We can go home. That was fun. Oh. Chaos Arcana, thank you for the tip. I'll think about it. If I'm in the mood to torture myself, I will play a Toho game. If I'm in the mood.
Yes. Quicken your pace.
I'll sort out my findings. Crit damage bonus. Aha. I've got so much currency. Oh, I should start giving some away. Okay. I should start giving some. What's this? Spirit gem. Okay. Done. I guess that for is a very short gaming stream, but I'm glad for those who stuck around for the gaming stream. And sorry for the first few 20 minutes I didn't talk. I was aware of that audio issue that comes from playing the game at 120 over 60 FPS. So I tried not to talk until that map was done. And that wraps up tonight's stream. Okay, but before I let you all go, I will, let's see. I will give you all a bit of a briefing on the next stream. Because right now, still got a lot of family stuff to manage, which means I can't commit to a scheduled stream just yet. There we go. Oh yeah, answering that question, I don't know who asked me that question before about an opinion on something that I am not very well informed about. It is regarding I'm sure you are pretty aware, especially the Americans. Well, since someone asked, and I'm sure to some of you all it's pretty topical, especially for Americans, is the whole idea of skilled visas, right? It was a big topic of conversation, isn't it, with Americans? So this is my current stream plans for now. Scheduled streams are still not possible due to IRL matters. I will keep you all updated on further stream dates. For now, on Twitter and Facebook. Okay? That's the current plan. Yeah, it's a very big shame how that conversation has gone. From my very limited knowledge of what's going on with that skilled visa issue in US, I don't think a lot of people will be particularly satisfied with my incomplete opinion on it. But long story short is, my opinion on this, if it's legal and skilled, it should be fine. But it's a double-edged sword. Firstly, Elon and Orange Man, their platform is citizens first, which means they have to keep by their promises. And if they gain support using that type of messaging, and they got support because of that messaging, it is only correct for them to hold on to that messaging and to not flip the script per se. On one hand, it is completely fine. You are legal and you have the skills that are in demand. You have all the right to enter a country. You can contribute to the country, is all good and well. And also, let's not make this about race, please. On the other hand, if you are running for election with your citizens and your specific messaging is citizens first, you have to listen to the grievances of your citizens. It is not up to you to dismiss what they say as the ramblings of racists or something along the lines of that. It's not up to you to say. It's not up to you to dismiss and call them all the worst things imaginable. What you should do, if you're courting for their support, listen to their problems calmly. See what is worrying them, what is concerning them so much. And then after that, you weigh the merits of their own arguments. If something they say, for instance, is out of line or any sort, you call them out, but you explain why what you have said is out of line. But on the other hand, if you hear them talk their concerns and they have very legitimate concerns, for instance, the promises that you have promised them, their livelihoods will improve under your leadership or if you support them. It is your obligation, after they have given you the power, to abide by such a promise. You do not turn against what you have promised. At the end of the day, Elon, the reason a lot, in my opinion, from my limited understanding, the reason a lot of people are calling you out on Twitter/X and also calling out Vivek is that they are not happy that it looks like you have broken your promises. You are supposed to be for the citizens. You'll be for the citizens as long as you are obligated to do so. You should do it. It is completely in bad taste and bad form to now dismiss the concerned citizens as racist, dismiss them as bad people, without first understanding their concerns. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Basically, 2 points. On one hand, if you do it 100% legitimately, legally, you have the skills, you have the drive, you have the motivation, you have the passion. You are within your right to go anywhere legally. And people who try to make this about race, about ethnicity, they are wrong. On the other hand, you ask for a citizen's support. You promise them specific things, and they take your promises to heart, and because of that, they give you their support. It is bad take to now turn against the promises. Okay. It is also very, very bad form to insult them when they express their concerns. Okay? Those are my 2 points. And of course, probably I'm simplifying it, and I'm sure some Americans will probably explain to me what I've gotten right and what I have gotten wrong on my opinion, incomplete opinion on the whole topic of skilled visas. And and if you all want to, just of course talk to me on Twitter or next stream. Okay? That being said, I think that concludes my stream for tonight. Like I said before, for now, at least for the short term, and I apologize for it as well, is that I cannot set up a comprehensive schedule for my streams just yet. Not at least until after the Chinese New Year, because that is a very big deal. A big deal. So, my commitments are to family and tradition. Okay? And I appreciate all of you for understanding me not giving you a clear schedule yet. And I appreciate you all for accepting it. I really appreciate it. After Chinese New Year, okay, here's the thing. There will still be streams. There will still be streams before. There will still be streams before Chinese New Year. I'll keep you all updated. The only thing I cannot promise is a schedule. But what I am reasonably certain is there will be more streams in the immediate future, in the close future. January 29th is the first day of the Chinese New Year, correct? And Sakana, how was today's timing actually? Was today's timing good for the Westerners? That's great. Okay. Ash, you say it's fine. Good for West Coast, but not for the rest of the time zones. Mo-chan, okay. It's very morning for them. One of these days on a stream maybe we could brainstorm on a suitable time, because this is the problem with time zones. Everyone is at different times everywhere. But Tata Mooncake Festival is in October. No, it is in September, around August, September. It's very hard to meet everyone's time zones. And maybe with experience, as I keep streaming, I'll be able to find more fitting time zones. But until then, I will keep announcing when my streams will be. If you can make it, I will appreciate it. If you cannot, you can watch the VODs. But with that out of the way, I think that concludes tonight's stream. Okay? What did I forget? Oh yeah, New Year resolution. Oh boy, New Year resolution. I already said, yeah. I already talked about it. What, Chan? I can't talk about it. I talked about it, isn't it? The modifiers. The Tai Soi. Yeah, I already talked about it. That was the first thing I brought up at the start of the stream. That was what I was talking about, is the PSA. That's the PSA. Mo-chan. For real. Bruh. Anyway, I suppose if there's anything else, any New Year resolution, legitimately, any New Year resolution legitimately is, what I want to say is, be good to others, and also be good to yourself, okay? I want you to be happy. I want all of you to be happy. That is the most important New Year resolution. Because at the end of the day, no New Year's resolution is worth a damn if you are not happy. I'm telling you right now, what is the point doing all of the resolutions that you list out for yourself if you are not doing it when you're happy? There's no point. So be happy. But of course, if anything annoys you, talk about it. If anything annoys you, people behaving badly on the internet, you are well within your right to complain about it and rant about it. Okay? That concludes the New Year stream. And I hope you all have a great year ahead. And likely I'll be making a stream or two before the Chinese New Year. And then I will talk about the Tai Sui thing again. The luck modifiers in those future streams too. So I don't want you all to forget about that. So with that out of the way, I think that concludes the stream. Okay? And just FYI, next stream will be on YouTube alone, only on YouTube. And I do appreciate those who are exclusively on Twitch raiding me, but I think with my current internet setup, single platform is the most practical for now. Okay? So next stream will be on YouTube. And I will keep you all updated on when the next stream will be. And hopefully there will be a little bit less yapping and a lot more gaming. There are a few games I feel like playing with the lurkers. But until then, we will keep you updated. I will keep you updated. Anyway, thank you everyone for dropping by tonight. And I hope to see you all online. I'm sure I'll see you all online on Twitter and Facebook. So, look forward to the next stream, I hope. And I hope I don't bore you all. I'm always thinking whether am I boring or I'm too quiet or I'm annoying. But anyway, maybe it's just me. But anyway, I appreciate you dropping by. And I'll talk to you all again. Okay?